Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Alcove large indoor-outdoor sconce. This is the 30-2557, two sizes below this. Check them out, and you can use this inside if you like. And if you use this inside, you can actually point it upside down, so you can point it with the opening going up. If it's going to be used outside, it's always going to be pointing down, but this would be a great fixture to use all over the place, including in bathrooms. And the different sizes you should check out exactly for that reason. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself. 23.2 inches in total height, 7.8 inches wide, and the depth, which is the projection from the wall coming out this way, is coming in at 8.3. Backplate, that's going to be going over your junction box, 7.6 high by 5 inches wide. This is a 4-inch junction box. This is what you guys have in your wall. Mounting height from the bottom of the fixture, remember pointing down, from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of the outlet box is coming in at 19.4, and this is 6.4 pounds. It's not very heavy, so just, again, hangs from a normal J-box. I want to show you a little bit more information about this. How we're going to do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions, which are that way. So look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So check that out for me. It's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how to put the glass on, which takes a second. But it also shows you more detailed drawings of the back of the fixture, and a lot of you guys want to know that. Okay, let's talk about glass really quick. So there's two options for glass on this. There's going to be a frosted glass, which is basically a clear glass. It's been sandblasted on the inside. It's opaque. You're not going to be really able to see the bulb that much. So the difference between using a pretty bulb like this guy and a not so pretty bulb like that guy, not a big deal. The other option is going to be clear, which means exactly like it sounds. You're going to be able to see the bulb, so you probably want to opt for a prettier bulb, and there's a lot of them out there that you can use. Let's get into the size of that glass. So 5.83 inches in diameter, 20.31 inches long. So it's a big piece of glass, which means that you can get a very big bulb in there. We'll talk about bulbs in just a second. So, okay, let's hop back over to, why don't we talk about what's going on inside of this. So let's talk about bulbs, okay, and sockets. So before we do anything about the regular sockets, let's talk about people that are in the state of sunny California, and they're pulling permits. And the permit people, those nice permit people from the town or city you are in, are going to come out and do a lot of checking and see what you guys are up to. They're going to want you to do something called California Title 24 compliant fixtures for outdoors, which means you can't use this dangerous and dreaded, well, it's a medium base socket, which means that you can put in the very dangerous incandescent bulb they don't want you to use from our past, which they don't like in California at all. What they want you to use is something like this. They want you to use something like a GU24 setup, little prongs here, little holes here, just snaps in, and it only allows you to do an LED. And if you are in that situation, just drop me a quick email and say you're looking at the 30-2557 or the other sizes down, or the hanging lantern, or the post light, and tell me what you're up to. And I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department, and they'll come back and tell us what we can do for you. Adds a little time and money, but we should be able to get you across the finish line as far as California Title 24 compliancy goes. For the rest of everybody else, you're going to be just using a good old-fashioned medium-base socket, which will accept any bulb, including incandescent, and it's just a screw-in. So we all grew up with this. There's nothing magical about it. Very easy to use, very easy to find bulbs everywhere you walk into. Dollar store, CVS grocery stores, Ace Hardware, True Value, Home Depot, Lowe's, online if you got to go there. But they're easy to get. So why don't we talk about what you can use in this as far as incandescent. If you go that direction, it's going to be a 100-watt max because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb. And the recommended bulb size is called an A19, and that's just a standard size we all kind of grew up with. However, if you guys are going to be using LEDs, and I hope you do, because you know they are pretty great nowadays, you can pretty much put any LED in this physically that can get into the glass. We'll call it that. So this is an A20, which I like to use a lot, and you'll notice how much bigger it is than the A19. There's also those kind of tubular ones that come down. They're T8s, T6s, T10s. They have the same base, but they're kind of shaped like a hot dog. Sometimes they come clear, sometimes they come frosted, and those are kind of cool to use, especially in the clear glass version of this fixture. But when you get into the frosted version, you can use anything you want because you don't really care about what it looks like. You're not going to see it. And like I said, I've seen these kind of these 820s up to like 150 watt equivalent, 200 watt equivalent, so you can really pump a lot of light out of here. When you're inside, it doesn't matter as well too, because if you have this inside like flanking a fireplace pointing up, you might want to opt to use those long slender bulbs, those T10s, T8s, T10s, T6s, because they're pretty too. And again, it goes back to the glass, the clear glass versus that frosted glass. So up to you guys on the bulbs. When we talk about bulbs, we always talk about the color of the light coming out of those bulbs. 2700 Kelvin, super, super yellow. Away on the other side of that, it's going to be called daylight, which is going to be a bluish white light. A lot of people not crazy about that. They think all LEDs are like that, and that's not true. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale, and that's called daylight. But we know that is not a warm light. That's that blue-white light. What's in the middle of that is what we use in our showroom, and that is called warm white, and that's the 3,000 Kelvin bulbs, which are easy to get everywhere you go, including online. And that's what we use here, and that's what we're using right here. So these bulbs above me, these are 3,000 Kelvin. What are these? These actually look just like these guys, and they throw a beautiful light. It's the warmth of an incandescent light we all grew up with. So kind of remember that too. Okay. So that kind of wraps up the bulb part of this. If you're going to be using these inside, I would probably put them on a dimmer switch and make sure you get a dimmable bulb. And if you're going to be using these on like an outdoor screened-in porch, maybe around a patio, again, I would probably put them on a dimmer. So just tell your installer what you're up to, incandescent versus LED, and they'll choose the right dimmer for your needs. They only use aircraft-grade aluminum to make all of their outdoor lighting, and the reason they do that is because aluminum holds up better than any other material in harsh, extreme weather. When you go out and you're out in the world, look up and you'll see those jet airlines flying up there way above your head. They're all made out of aluminum for a reason, because it holds up beautifully, it welds beautifully, it doesn't rust, it's very light, and it's just the best material to use outside. So on top of that, they have developed these outdoor baked epoxy powder coats that can go over this and make them pretty much indestructible, and we're going to talk about that right now. So how they do this, you'll notice in the picture next to me, there's a picture of a woman, and she's actually shooting powdered finish at the fixture. And they take the fixture, let's say this is the fixture to begin with, okay? They wire it up with a wire here, a wire coming down. They run a small amount of electricity through it to make it positive. And what that does, it makes it attract everything around it. So when she's over there spraying little bits of powdered finish, what it's going to do, it's going to go over the entire fixture. It's going to get into every nook, every cranny, top, bottom, sides, the whole thing. They're going to take that fixture, they're going to put it into an oven. That's going to melt that down and make it into a hard epoxy shell. And it makes it incredibly strong. Because they do this, and these things have been tested in these wind chambers where they have shot salty seawater at them, basically, because that's what's going to happen on a beach, right, where a lot of these things are going to end up. They had to really do that to make sure that they're going to hold up for you. And because they have done that, they offer the best warranty for the entire lighting industry. And you can see that over on the left-hand side of your screen. Limited lifetime warranty for residential use, and check it out, and it'll really make you feel better about their products. Okay. Moving on from there, why don't we talk about our showroom in Vermont. We have over 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures spread across 2 floors. We actually have a What's on Display page on our website. It's over on the red tabs over on the left-hand side of your screen, so you can open up that and check it out. Showroom has also a clearance center. So clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's an amazing deal for you. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you guys are going to come visit us, do me a favor, bring a big SUV, if you can, if you have one, only because the boxes are set up for shipping. Measure everything you can think of. So measure with a measuring tape, measure your ceilings, measure counters, tables, distances between junction boxes and things like ceilings, because if you're looking, you want to make sure when you're looking at these things that they're going to be able to be used by you for your needs, okay? And then also bring an iPad. If you guys are doing a project and you have a tablet laying around at home, take pictures with that. Take pictures, and you can bring that tablet in, and we can go through all those pictures together and look and see what you guys are doing, and I can help you out on that, okay? So when you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else does that. Some larger items, generally big things on pallets and custom things, are going to be non-returnable. We'll always tell you that on the page for it, so just keep your eyes peeled for that. And then on top of all that, we offer a rush program. So in order for you to get all of these different finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. It takes generally about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it is super, super inexpensive. A lot of people don't even know about it. If you want to know about it, the best thing to do is just drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. You can also call 802-446-2400 during business hours. And so I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time if you guys want to talk to me. And then you can email us 7 days a week at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. So I think that kind of wraps things up on this. You guys have any questions at all, let me know. Thank you for stopping in today. Take care. Bye-bye.